Hi everyone! Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my final paper for Rhetoric and Public Culture and kind of the steps I took to make the paper complete and how to go forward from there. So you either make the right move or you don't. This is what Gary Vaynerchuk said at the Senior Bowl Summit in 2020. Now, if you don't know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, he is a multi-million-dollar internet personality. And what I mean by this is he just takes to all of his social medias and he presents a topic. Sometimes it's vlogs, sometimes it's advice. And he has gained a following of over 21 million followers on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn combined. So his following is very abundant and he has such a growing amount of followers that he's built this entire empire, which he calls the Vayner Nation or Vayner Media, whatever we want to call it. The reason I chose to talk about Gary Vaynerchuk is because his influence has actually impacted me as not only a person, but also as a student and entrepreneur in design. So starting off, Vaynerchuk was a small-time YouTuber who did videos about his family business. And he eventually grew and grew to making Fortune 500 companies and now being the influencer he is today. Vaynerchuk, although he has a long-standing following, some people still don't quite agree with the nature of his design quite yet. But that's okay because everybody is going to have people that agree with them and people that don't agree with them. I, on one hand, is somebody that does believe in Vaynerchuk, but there are people out there who do not. So, jumping in a little bit to the depth of Vaynerchuk's experiences and what led him to be part of the Senior Bowl Summit, which is the speech that I chose to analyze in a neo-Aristotelian method of rhetorical criticism. So, Vaynerchuk was asked to speak at the summit of the Senior Bowl in 2020 because it was a group of leaders who were there to share ideas about the future of social media and business in general. So Vaynerchuk is the type of person who is going to state his ideas, whatever they may be. So he's going to push forward ideas to entrepreneurs that may seem outrageous, for instance, pushing to work till you die or to pursue your passions in any way that you desire. The main topic of his Senior Bowl Summit speech was to just start posting on social media and stop judging yourself, because the minute you start posting, you're going to be putting yourself out there into what you really want to do in life. And this is something I admire about Vaynerchuk, the way he's just straightforward and is able to state his opinions, and it's easy to understand in a nice layout. Because of the effect Vaynerchuk has on his audience, he is able to create this abundant influence. So whether we're watching Vaynerchuk on his YouTube page or we're following along his Instagram posts, or we're actually getting to sit in on this keynote speech that he gave to a group of leaders, he's able to convey this message about business and leading your own life through your passions just so clearly to me. Like I said, not very many people are still on board with Vaynerchuk's message just because he's so straightforward. So there's Reddit threads out there that people are saying, I just don't get what he's talking about, and he's just too straightforward. His message isn't clear to me. There's articles out there and blogs just using blatant language against Vaynerchuk for some unknown reason, while there's other business owners out there that are just thriving through Vaynerchuk's message and able to continue and model their business after the business that Vaynerchuk models. So one of those people is actually Dr. Chris Zano. He's a world-renowned speaker, author, and entrepreneur. And he explains in one of his YouTube videos that he has learned from Vaynerchuk and his model through his books, his YouTubes, his podcasts, and everything that Vaynerchuk lays out for his audience. And I think what's really key to know about Vaynerchuk is that his message is obviously not for everybody, and Vaynerchuk himself knows this. He runs several businesses about social media, and he's in the sports card industry and so many industries combined that he knows who his audience is, and he's going to gear towards those specific entrepreneurs, which is what led him to talk at the Senior Bowl Summit in 2020 to be the keynote speaker. And I just think that it's so wonderful and unique that Vaynerchuk was chosen to speak at the Senior Bowl Summit, because his legacy is one that's going to go on for years and years to come. He built his foundation on a small wine company to building a media company with over 1,000 employees to being the face of himself now, I guess. He reverse engineered his brand and is Twitter famous for what people want to call him. And he just interacts with so many people daily and has such a vibe to him that is just indescribable sometimes. But yeah, the reason I just wanted to talk about Vaynerchuk is because his influence and impact does not run short. And even though he might not be one of the people that we would normally think to critique in the way he speaks, Vaynerchuk does really deserve to be in the conversation of public culture and rhetoric, because his influence is just growing. With over 22 million followers on a combined 5 platforms on the internet, we need to realize that this influence is context-based, and he's able to speak on 3 words on a Twitter post to an hour-long keynote. And I think that's exactly why Vaynerchuk needs to be talked about. So we just need to listen and accept the advice that Vaynerchuk is giving, and just stop judging yourself and just start posting, because once we do, we're in it.